Alright, hey guys, hope you're doing awesome. This is today is I'm gonna walk you through about the setup that I have right now. So basically, we have this setup in here. So we are using ChatGPT as basically a bridge of communication between our n8n workflow. So right now, for example, in here, if I'm gonna type into ChatGPT, for example, hey, can you please create a task on Trello? So what's gonna happen next is it's gonna communicate ChatGPT into our n8n instance or workflow right now. And from here, based on the task that we added, so it's gonna create a title of the task. It's also gonna create a description of the task as well. And from here, it's gonna create a task on Trello, right? Because like in Trello right now, it has a required fields for the title and description. So that's why we added this in here, functionality in here, so it could be able to create a task, right? And from here, we're gonna send the webhook response back to GPT so that we could be able to know that the task has been already been created or like completed, right? And also here's another example right now. So in here, what I did is I told the AI, for example, what is my calendar availability, and from here in our n8n workflow, it's going to communicate it. ChatGPT and n8n will going to communicate it, and from here on our n8n instance, it's going to check for the calendar tool. Once we have our calendar event in here, so it's going to send back to ChatGPT, and it's going to say, hey, you have a call today for this date and time and stuff like that. So yeah, so it's gonna give us the calendar information or like event based on the information that we added into our ChatGPT, right? So before further ado, let's get right into it, and yeah, I'm gonna walk you through of like how did I set this up, right? All right, so but right now is I'm gonna show you like a quick demo about how it works. So I'm on my ChatGPT assistant over here. It's a custom assistant that I've created in ChatGPT. So before you could create the custom assistant, you need to have a pro plan in here. So basically, I have a pro plan, so that's why I could be able to create an assistant in here. All right, so right now is what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say in here that, hey, can you please let me know if I have an upcoming event today, right? All right, so as you can see here, what I did is I added in here a text, and then from here we're gonna click on confirm. And as you can see over here that our assistant is gonna talk to our n8n workflow in here. As you can see here, so what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna wait for it. Alright, so as you can see here that the AI could be able to like respond, right? So as you can see here, we got the daily huddle. It's 5 p.m. to 5:15 p.m. ADT, and also it's gonna provide us with the Zoom link, right? So when you're gonna click this up, it's gonna open up the Zoom link basically, and from here we can be able to like attend the call. And also today again, we got a one-on-one call again in here. So yeah, so that's basically how it works. And right now, we're gonna try to, like for example, hey, I want you to like create a task on Trello, right? And from there, the AI could be able to like create it automatically on our Trello board. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prompt the AI in here. So I'm gonna say, hey, can you please create a task on Trello? And then we're gonna say description. It's basically create a website in GoHighLevel, and add a simple form to qualify leads, and then after form submission, please notify us via email, right? So this is basically the task right now that I've added in here in my assistant. So what's gonna happen right now is my assistant could be able to like create the task on Trello automatically. So when you hit on confirm, so we're just gonna wait for it. Alright, so as you can see over here that the task has been successfully created. And here's the description of the task right in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up our Trello board and see if the task has been created successfully. Alright, cool. So as you can see over here, yeah, so here it is. So create a website with lead qualification. Yeah, so as you can see here, create a website in GoHighLevel, and that'll include a simple form to qualify leads. Once a form submission occurs, please ensure that a notification is sent to us via email, right? This is basically cool. So basically what I did is just prompt the AI about the task that I have, and it's gonna create automatically the task on our Trello board, which is awesome, right? Alright, so here's the workflow right now inside of our n8n. So basically what I did is I've added a webhook in here. So this webhook in here, right? So as you can see here, this is basically the production URL webhook that I have. And then, so basically inside of our webhook, so we added this parameter in here, so that this is basically the message that I have. So create a task on Trello, yada 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 in here. And from here, based on this information that we throw to the bot, so I've added this OpenAI in here. So this is basically the OpenAI that I set up. So this OpenAI node, so the rule and the job for this in here is it's basically a tag analyzer right now. So for example, we're gonna prompt the AI to basically to analyze the context of the message that we have. For example, if it's a task, then it's gonna output a task, right? If it's not a task, then it's gonna output none. So as you can see here, your job is to review a message and determine if it's about creating a task on Trello. Only assume that if the task is created in Trello with the message contains Trello, right? So for example, in our message in here, that just like earlier we said that hey, create a task on Trello in here, right? And from here, based on this information, so it's gonna output the task. And from here, once we have this in here, once it says task, so basically it's gonna go to this branches over here. There's basically 2 branches. So this branches in here is basically gonna create a task on Trello, the first branch, right? And the other branch is basically an AI agent that we have. So for example, if I'm gonna get my calendar availability in here, so basically the agent can be able to like get the availability of the calendar. And from here, for example, if I'm gonna assign a task to my AI agent, so what's gonna happen is it's also gonna create a task in here in our Trello card. It's gonna send an email to our team, and we have this respond webhook, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the execution logs right now. So I'm gonna show it to you. All right, so here it is. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through earlier. So basically what we did earlier, right, is we prompted the AI like, hey, could you please check our calendar availability, or like if do we have an event for today. So basically what's gonna happen earlier is as you can see here, it's gonna trigger off the webhook. So here it is, as you can see here, right? So check if user has an upcoming event today. And from here, based on this in here, because like this is not the task, right? This is not the task on Trello, so that's why it's gonna go to none. And from here, our AI agent in here. So basically here it is. Here's the prompting right now. And also in here, so when you go to our tool, right? So I've added the calendar tool in here. So basically in your AI agent right now, you could basically add a tool. You could add like a model, like a memory right now. So what I did is I added a tool called calendar in here. So when you click this button over here, you could be able to, like, for example, right now I'm gonna go to my workflow again. So I did from here, when you click on the tool and say calendar, right? So you have this Google Calendar tool in here. Once you've connected this in here, you need to like sign in your credentials in here. So when you click this up, there's a pop-up in here that you can be able to like sign in using your Google account. And from here, you can be able to connect your calendar, right? And from here, all you need to do is just basically map it out, right? Alright, so as you can see over here, it's gonna go in here and then it's gonna check for the calendar availability that we have. So basically what I did in my calendar tool in here is I added this in here and as a feature, like for example, I'm gonna let the AI like define the parameter that is gonna output in here. So as you can see here, defined automatically by the model. So this is basically dynamic. So it's gonna reference about the prompting that we have in our ChatGPT. And from here, what's gonna happen is it's gonna be able to like pull up the information on our calendar, right? So as you can see here, we got this description in here. Once we have this in here, so it's gonna automatically respond to us through a respond webhook node in here, right? So as you can see here, you have 2 upcoming events scheduled today. As you can see here, right? So yeah, so that's basically how it works. So I've added this webhook in here, as well as the OpenAI ChatGPT node over here, and then from here I've added a tool called the calendar in here, and then from here it's gonna output the response to our webhook response, right? Alright, so right now, so I'm gonna walk you through like how did I set up this assistant in here. So basically in your ChatGPT account, so all you need to do is go to GPTs in here, and from here, here's basically my GPT that I created. So right now, if you don't know how to create a custom GPT, all you need to do is just basically create a GPT in here, right? So it's like right now I've already created my assistant. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna open it, and I'm gonna show you the prompting that I have. Alright, so as you can see here. Alright, so basically this is my assistant right now. As you can see here, here's the backbone, the prompting that we have. So in here, you can be able to like set the name of your assistant, and also here's the description. So if you have time right now, you could like basically like copy and paste this prompting over here, right? You need to like screenshot this up so you could be able to like have a copy of this in here. So this is basically my prompting in here. So I added this in here as the AI is an executive assistant specializing in automating tasks using n8n. Your main focus will take clients' message or requests, place it into message field, and send it to the provided webhook URL. And here's the rule and purpose, and also here's the instructions to it, right? And then from here, what I did basically is I added an action in here. So basically, when you scroll down into your assistant right now, or like GPT, you can be able to like see these actions, right? So basically, what you need to do is to just turn this on, code interpreter and analysis, and then from here, just basically click on actions, right? But right now, we've already had an action. But if you're gonna create a new actions, all you need to do is just basically click this up, right? And then from here, it's gonna open up this tab in here, right? And from here, it's gonna prompt you to like add a schema, right? So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna show you the schema that I have. So as you can see here, that this is basically the schema that I have on my assistant right now. So we got OpenAI, OpenAPI 3.1.0, And also this is basically the information that I have for this is basically the JSON, or like this is basically the JSON type of data in here. So as you can see here, we added this a property, right, like a message, and then like we make it as a required. The required field is message. So yeah, so whenever we're gonna communicate with our assistant right now, so it's gonna store this information, or like the chat, into the message parameter. And from here, what's gonna happen is it's gonna send those into our n8n, right? So when you go in here in our n8n, so as you can see here, we got this parameter right now, this message. It's basically the same thing that we're gonna send off in our workflow, right? So basically what I did is I used I use another type of actions, like custom GPT right now, to produce a schema in here automatically. Right now I didn't create this schema myself. I prompted the AI to create this for me. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through, like I'm gonna show you how you could create this schema in here automatically using custom GPT, right? Alright, so as you can see here that we got this custom GPT called Actions GPT. So for you to be able to see this Actions GPT in here, is you need to go to GPTs right now, click on in here, and then from here you're gonna search this in here, like actions, right? Actions GPT. Alright, so as you can see here, we got this Actions GPT in here. So what you're gonna do is click this up. So this is basically the Actions GPT created by ChatGPT itself, for you to be able to like generate a custom schema for your custom GPT, right? So you could be able to automate some things up into your, for example, if you're gonna set the parameter from GPT to your webhook, right? Or like through n8n right now. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna click on the start chat, right? And then from here, all right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna prompt the AI right now. For example, help me create an OpenAPI 3.1.0 schema in JSON, right? So that I can give it to a custom GPT, and it will send data to my webhook, right? And then from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna say, here's my webhook address, or like URL, right? And then from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our custom webhook over here. We're gonna copy this up right here. So we're gonna copy it. This is basically the task. So this is basically the test right now. We're gonna copy it, the webhook. We're gonna go back into our in here GPT. We're gonna paste it up, and from here, once we pasted it, we're gonna say it again in here, like the fields to send over in the body request to the webhook are, we are only gonna use string, right? Just a single parameter right now. So we're gonna use message right now. So as you can see here, we're gonna say string, just like this, basically a string. And then from here, all you need to do is to just click on enter, right? So we're just gonna wait for it. Alright, so as you can see here, it's gonna automatically create it in the schema for us. So right now we already have this message, right? So basically here it is. Now we have this message. So all you need to do next is just copy it. So we're gonna copy it. We're gonna go back into our GPT right now. And then from here, once you are here, so right now we're just gonna pretend that we don't have a action right now in our custom GPT. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new action in here, and then we're gonna paste it up, right? So as you can see here, it's already been pasted. So as you can see here that it says that we already have a duplicate domains, right? So right now we couldn't create a new one. So yeah, so that's basically how you create it. So I'm gonna show it to you right now. So here it is, the current one that we have. So I've added it in here, and right now here's the message parameter, right? So whenever we're gonna, for example, if we're gonna like type in the AI right now, what we're gonna do, so what's gonna happen is it's gonna send those data into our n8n account, and then we're gonna grab those parameter in here, like the message, right? And then from here on our automation, we can be able to grab those through a webhook, and then from here we can be able to like grab the data, right? For example, check for the user upcoming event today, and then it's gonna go in here, right? It's gonna have a tag analyzer. So right now this is not a task on Trello. This is basically a calendar availability, and it's gonna say none. So it's gonna go in here. It's gonna communicate into our AI agent. We added a tool into our in here calendar, and then from here we mapped it out automatically, and you could be able to like notify us, or like by using this response to webhook in here, our AI could be able to notify us that, hey, this is your upcoming event is scheduled for today, right? So that's basically what you did. So that's basically what you need to do right now, right? And also here's the executions right now for the task that we created earlier into our Trello. So this is basically it. The same thing as this one in here. So the webhook would be this one in here. The message, we grab the message. We feed those message parameter into our prompt in here, right? So as you can see here, we feed this data in here. Once we have this data feed, so it's gonna like this basically what you call the switch node in here. So what's gonna happen right now? If it's a task, it's gonna go in here. If it's not a task, it's gonna go in here, right? So we added those data in here as a string, right? So as you can see here, the task contains task, so it's gonna output task, right? If it's none, then it's basically none. And from here we have this email creator. So it's like right now, what I set up is I've added also a functionality to be able to like send an email into my team, right? So for example, when the task is when the task is created, so what's gonna happen is it's gonna create this task in Trello, and also we're gonna notify our team through email, right? So this is basically the OpenAI functionality in here is it's just gonna create a subject line and a body automatically, right? So once we have those information in here, it's gonna feed those data into all our email, right? So as you can see here, because like in our email node, it's gonna require us to have a subject line and a message right now. So that's why I've added this OpenAI in here to create a subject line and a message for us automatically using OpenAPI or like OpenAI, right? Once we have those message in here, it's gonna automatically feed those data in here to the subject and the message, and it's gonna send those email, right? And also we have this task creator in here node. So what's gonna happen right now is it's gonna create a task automatically, like it's gonna create a description of the task and then like a title of the task as well, right? So here's basically the prompting right now. Feel free to like screenshot this up in here so you can copy it. And yeah, so that's basically it. So the purpose or like the use case for this node in here is to just basically create a title of the task and the like description of the task, right? Once we have this parameter in here, like the data, we're gonna feed those data inside of our node create a card on Trello, right? So as you can see here, what I did is I dragged this title in here and dropped this in here into the name, as well as description as well. Drag it and then like drop it in here, so it could be able to like create a task automatically in our Trello card, right? So yeah, so that's basically the setup that we have right now. So if you have any questions about it, feel free to like let me know, right? So what I'm gonna do is right now is I think I'm gonna have this JSON in here. Like I'm gonna give to you the link, right? So you can be able to like download this workflow in here. So you can be able to like, so you don't have to like create everything from scratch, right? All you need to do is just download the JSON and then like upload it into your init instance, and then it's gonna create this workflow automatically within your account. So yeah, that's basically it. So if you have questions right now, so please drop the comment below, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna respond it to you, right? Have a good day, and yeah, nice to like have you here, guys. Have a good day, bye. Thank you so much, bye bye.